What's up, everybody? This is the host of the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast. I am yours truly, Warren Marlowe. And if you are new to the channel, make sure, most importantly, guys, make sure you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that, man. We are there. And of course, guys, you can follow us on all audio platforms as well, just to name a few: Google Podcasts, Podbean, Podchaser, Podvine, Good Pods, and all Apple platforms, and of course, Spotify. Hey, man, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm telling y'all right now, we've been adamantly posting about it lately, guys, but I want to talk about it again. This Saturday night, I am performing live at the Baker County Fairgrounds this Saturday night in McClenny, Florida, and I'm going against the one and only Cole Bohannon. If you were there, you know what we brought last show. We are going again one more time. It's going to be an interesting thing, guys. I will tell you right now, we went to war with each other, and I still feel some of the effects from that spine buster that I had last time with him catching me off the top. And so it's going to be an interesting concept. It's going to be a great challenge. It's another stepping stone for me to get back into repetitions in the ring. And another great name. Cole is, I'm not going to belittle Cole at all. Cole has really brought a name to this game. And of course, guys, if you see the guys on the flyer, before I talk about the opponent that I have, we've got Big Man Nation, the tag team champs will be there. We've got the heavyweight champ, Eddie Torres, the Authority, is going to be in the building. We've got the national weight, Jake Logan. We've got the women's champion, La Brava. We have Selena Gomez. We have Devin Diaz that's going to be there. That's right, guys. That dirty man, Dirty Devin's going to be there. We've got the crazy one, JJ Dillinger. We've got the Dimwit Society, DWI, along with Coattail, the weakest link of DWI, I believe, is El Nino. I think Dylan Wheeler's probably the strongest one compared to El Nino. And then, of course, we have Controversial Inc., and we have so much more talent. If you didn't go back, check the episode we did last week promoting the show. It was literally DC to CW, beatdowns and blessings build up showcase. We had Prince Handsome. Prince Handsome is going to have the biggest challenge of his career in pro wrestling, his biggest match of all in DCCW. He is going one-on-one with Jake Logan for the National Weight Championship. The question is Prince ready? And we're going to find out this Saturday night. We've got Big Man Nation defending their tag team championships against Controversial Inc. They beat Controversial Inc. the first time. Can they do it again? And of course, we've got a big 6-man tag match this Saturday night. We've got DWI teaming with JJ Dillinger against the shiny one, Jules Bradley, and Wild Thing, Chris Kane, and Foxman X. That's going to be a great, great showing. And of course, La Brava is defending her women's championship against Selena Gomez. That's going to be a really good one. Really good one. My bad, C. Gomez. But and of course we have my match that I am going one-on-one with the man that they call CB Attitude, and I'm not going to short little this at all, man. He brings some hits, and you feel the pain when he brings it in the ring. And I'm talking about Cole Bohannon. And if anybody knows, we kind of go from the same backgrounds and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting battle. This is going to be the second time we have that we're going to be in the ring together. So you do not want to miss this show. You do not, let me say again, do not want to miss this show. This show is this Saturday night at the Baker County Fairgrounds in McClenny, Florida. Get your tickets now or get a hold of Steve or Vanessa and get you a reserved seat. It is going to be insane this Saturday night. Actually, tomorrow night. But guys, hey, I'm here, and I want to thank everyone for the thoughts and prayers, from all the kind messages that we have been getting, regarding with my son. I can't explain it anymore, man. It's just been very amazing to see a community gather, and just the simplest thing, just say, hey man, my thoughts and prayers are for you and your family, and how effective that really can be. Really brings so much joy to my heart. Like I said on a recent post, I was not doing well with this. I could deal with so much pain on my end. If y'all remember the neck injury and stuff like that, I've went through a good rough patches myself, but I would take all the pain away that my son is going through each and every day right now. Just to see him smile and stuff, and seeing him happy and smiling, and he's just finally getting to go home. So that's been amazing. Matthew's been at the hospital for 64 days. They just gave him the go ahead to get discharged yesterday. So it's just a beautiful thing that my baby boy is finally home. He went back home with his mom and his brothers and his sister. So it's really awesome to see that happening. Sadly, we're probably not going to have him back here in Florida, in Jacksonville, probably till close to the end of the summer. Matthew has to wear a halo until March, and I think that's when everything's going to slowly get back together. If anybody doesn't know, my son had a back infusion surgery, so it's been very limited for what he can do. He's only 11 years old, and this kid's went through more surgeries than I ever been through, or any people that I know of. So really tough kid. But guys, I want to talk about the ones that pays the bills. First and foremost, I want to thank the sponsor. Man, I've been a little slack in the day. I'm pretty hyped up and ready because I got me some of this Dubby. That's right, guys. Jitterless energy, man. Cheaper than a can. I'm telling y'all now, if y'all are sensitive to caffeine, if you just need a little extra boost to get you going through the day, Dubby's got you covered. You can go in there and get you some tubs. You can go and get you a shaker bottle. Guys, they have the sample sessions, man. You can go in there personally. It's like only $15. You buy the bottle, and they give you it's either 2 or 3 samples, as you can see right there, the starter pack right there. And you can buy, and it gives you 2 different free samples. So it can give you, I think you get to choose which ones you can do. And of course, I know we got some NASCAR fans. You can go in there and get you some stickers, hats, hoodies, all that. All you type in the promo code BUZZ20 and you get 10% off of your purchase. Dubby is a good purchase for your Christmas needs. And of course, guys, if you're a stay-at-home dad, if you're certain things, man, you need those extra edges. So definitely check out Dubby. And of course, guys, the ones that I rock a lot heavily, apparel-wise, I'm talking about that Ultimum X. That's right, guys. I have the fat burners. I have, the testosterone boosters. I have the BCAAs. I get them from here. And I love their shirts, man. I'm telling you right now, they're not super tight. They're not super loose. They fit just right. You look good when you go to the gym with it. You can go out there. You can go a casual wear. You can go on outings. You can go on date nights. You can wear these things and they look like $1 million. They look really good apparel. Man, I'm telling y'all can get that Shred Thermogenic. You can launch pre-workout. That stuff will get you ready if you're in trouble. But guys, type in the promo code Buzzing Marlowe and get 10% off of your purchase. Go to Ultimum X to get your training needs. All right, guys, as you can tell, we are here. It is time to go. If anybody see my social media, I've been promoting this pro wrestling event for the last 2 weeks repetitively, just because, like I said, I've been in and out. I'm now feeling like myself again. I want to thank my boys, the commission, my boy Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast, and Brian B, the new addition from the Beeline Entertainment LLC. And we are the commission. I know a lot of people have been asking me about what happened with, with Blackheart, with the commission, stuff like that. And it's just, it's time. Blackheart has some personal issues and stuff like that. And, it's like I said, man, sometimes people just need to take breaks. And, sometimes you got to just, I'm really bad with it. Sometimes you got to learn how to, relax and just I'm trying to figure the best word for it. Generate yourself. I think that's a good thing. Like literally, you got to charge the batteries back up. As everybody knows, when I do these podcasts, my season finale is in the summertime. So I consistently posting an event, consistently posting an episode and stuff like that. And I apologize for people that have been messaging me and going, hey, I didn't get an episode last week or something like that. I apologize. Like I said, as y'all know about my son and stuff, I have been personally dealing with a lot with that. So we will not be taking any more breaks. The only break I'll be taking is the commission talks break. But I promise y'all will have an episode each and every week. Like I said, commission talks. I think we're either having a break. It's next week's. Next week's is the season finale for commission talks. We will be back at the Royal Rumble. That's right, guys. We are going to go live personally after the Rumble, talking about the Royal Rumble. I think that one's going to be an interesting thing. WWE, they're delivering it right now. AEW is doing their thing. MLW, shout out to my boy Alex Kane, killing it with what he's doing right now, putting MLW in a whole different moniker. And also they even scored with Matt Cardona into a picture, and now my boy Alex Kane about to be going against Matt Cardona. So that's going to be an interesting concept right there. Go on the Fight TV app and get that if you want to watch that awesome showcase. But yeah, man, there's a lot of things going on, with wrestling, flag football. I want to congratulate my good friend Laval Davis from getting basically signed by a professional flag football team. Man, Lavel's been playing for a Team USA for the last 2.5 years. So it's really cool to get to see that he's going to get to be a professional Lavelle Davis. I keep always messing his name up. To Ricky Sevens in Las Vegas. Shout out to you, bro. All right, guys. All right. Now, everybody's ready to know who's my guest today. You see this beautiful lady over here on the side. Let's see. Let's see it a little bit. All right, Man, oh man, look at that lady. So everybody's been wondering, who is she? Oh, I'm about to tell y'all. My guest today is April Hunter. That's right, guys. She was also featured in comic books. She was featured in various trading cards and arts and comics by J.E. Fife, Scott Blair, Monte Moore, and Julia Strain, and Boris Vallejo, I think. Sorry. In 2013, Hunter was one of the several models chosen to work with artist George Perez on his new comic Sirens. She served as the model for the character Agony. She was also hired by WCW as an NWO girl, a valet, after appearing in Playboy. Yeah, guys, she's got a great background. She was also trained at Killer Kowalski's in Boston, same place as, if anybody doesn't know, Triple H, China, Frankie Kazarian, Matt Bloom, aka Albert, or A-Train, if anybody doesn't know, and countless others. First woman's wrestler at TNA Impact Wrestling, if anybody doesn't know, TNA, Ring of Honor, AAA Mexico, and many more. has wrestled in multiple countries, speak 8 languages, very passionate about everything below. That's right. And of course, guys, she's also a children's author. Her book, Monty, A Tale of No Tale, is available everywhere on Amazon, and the links are below for that. Also is a co-host and writer at the A Show podcast. Smart is the New Sexy with fellow Kowalski and WWE alumni Aaron Stevens. If anybody don't remember who that is, Damian Sandow. That is Aaron Stevens. Also, guys, she describes herself as a cosplayer, pinup, and Playboy model, comic book and art subject, horror movie actress, fitness competitor, entrepreneur, and sometimes photographer. Anything to avoid a real job. I love it. I love it. I love it. Also, guys, what we're gonna chat about is we had to kind of like we had to have like a short interview just basically based off of how busy she is, as you just heard all the accolades with her on this. We talked about her time in bodybuilding. We talked about her time based off of fitness saving her from the party life and stuff like that. We get really dialed into that, and we also talk about how she got into Playboy. And of course, we kind of slowly got almost into talking about wrestling. We got like a little bit about Killer Kowalski School, and then she sadly had to attend a different event real quick. So we got a pretty good little interview for you. Like I said, guys, we had to end it off a little earlier than we wanted to, but it's still a great interview. So, guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. When we come back, guys, we are going to be joined with April Hunter. And, guys, and that starts in 3, 2, 1, right now.
Spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good.
People, what's good? What's happening? What's going on? Yo, it's me, Brian B. That's right, and I'm telling you guys to head on over to YouTube today and make sure you subscribe to the Beeline Entertainment LLC. Check us out. We all over the place. FBI, open up!
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I'm joined with the one, the only April Hunter. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I can't complain at all.
And I like the background and stuff. That's like bringing like that fall feeling right now.
Yeah, it's all about the pumpkins. But I celebrate. I do more of a Yule than Christmas. So I refuse to go in debt over a holiday. Screw that.
Oh my gosh, so true. I wish my wife took that advice. I mean, we just moved like not even a year ago, and we have this storage, and I kid you not, it's full of Halloween and Christmas stuff. And of course, Hocus Pocus, out of all things, had to get popular again. So I had to have Hocus Pocus all in my storage unit. Like literally, I'm paying for a storage unit to store Hocus Pocus, and then you got little bits of 5 or 6 Christmas trees in the background on the side. So it's like, oh my gosh, holidays.
Yeah, I understand.
It's funny. Like my wife, like when they talk about Halloween stuff, like you get excited with the gory, the scary, Jason, Freddy, and stuff like that. Nah, my wife is the Disney PG spot where the craziest thing is you got a witch, and it's the Sanderson sisters. I had never really even watched Hocus Pocus at the time until me and her started getting together, because obviously I had to watch it or I was going to just hear about it all the time. So it was just like, how do you get that big on this show? Like, I get it was okay, but I don't like musicals. That's one thing.
I'm probably going to get slaughtered here. And I love cutesy Halloween stuff, but I never thought Hocus Pocus was actually that good.
I thought it was bad acting, but that was
that's what I'm saying. It wasn't that good.
I almost got my head chewed off for my wife on that. She's like,
I mean, you went good and cutesy, Princess Bride.
Exactly. That's why I was like, that looks more approachable than whatever that was on TV. Right. And then they remade it, and I'm just like, oh, now they made it into
that was even worse.
A full-blown musical. I'm like,
yep. That was even worse.
It's High School Musical meet Halloween type scenario. Like, why?
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. The decorations are great though, and you gotta love the witch stuff. I'll give it that. So, who doesn't love a black flame candle for virgins?
Oh my goodness, my wife has gotten, and she got in touch with finding about dry ice, and now that's been like the whole different demographic of every type of drink or made. And she's like, got the dry ice and drops it in the thing. Is like, oh, it looks like the witch's brew. I'm like, you're such a girly person. It's so funny.
She's in touch with her inner child.
I'm like, it's so funny because she never knew what dry ice was. I was like, literally, were you just trapped in a cave? Like, what? But other than that, April, if nobody knows who you are, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I started out, I'm a centerfold model, Playboy model, fitness competitor, and then I evolved into being a pro wrestler, which allowed me to kind of see the world and learn a lot. I've also been a writer and an author, and now I'm a podcaster with the A Show with April Hunter. And we cover all kinds of topics, everything from the missing information that mainstream media is not giving us, to mental health, to esoteric, topics, to how to live your best and healthiest life, and good news stories that aren't being published. So, we're on Twitch at the A Show, and just keep, stay busy.
Hey, I love it. I love how you said y'all talk about the stuff that media doesn't want to show. And I'm pretty sure that's like half of their content. Like it only shows like maybe 2 seconds of what is a real fact of it, and then just blanket all around. And it's just like, how this, and I think with this era too, and it tells you like how much focus people really look into a side of a story before they literally have a reaction to it. And I joke with, I'm like, oh, you will share that clickbait before you'll read it, just because
that's a problem. Well, we're dumbed down to do that, and we typically only get part of the story. We mostly don't get the context of the story, and the main, like my show it's not partisan. We're not Republican. We're not Democrat. We're nothing. We're right in the middle, and we just want the information. That's it.
Just tell us.
just tell us. Just the information. Not that we don't. So we believe there's a divide and conquer agenda out there, and that these things are used, whether it's race, gender, anything is used to divide us and keep us from uniting and being a better being in a better place. And if
Yeah.
we did, we would be a lot better. And unfortunately,
Exactly. I agree.
yeah, we react, we don't respond. And we have become very reactive to a lot of things. We're being programmed to be reactive. It's not good for our mental health. It's not good for our physical health because stress contributes to so much. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't self-aware enough to realize what is being done to them. So this is one of the things that we talk about.
I like that. So we're going to talk about from the beginning of the root plot, but I want to say on something like the research that we have, the tools we have to look at things so bad. We look at the most absurd and obnoxious things, but we don't want to research the stuff that really might change an aspect of how we view things. And that's something like I really try to make an approach. Believe it or not, when I got in the world of pro wrestling, I you could call stuff off the bluff, if that makes sense. And I'm pretty sure you got an idea of it. And it kind of makes you think wrestling seemed more real than what was reality in life at times. And it's just like, it's so weird at those times. Like, when people talk about wrestling all being fake and stuff, I said, honestly, sometimes wrestling could be more real than what's really going on TV.
It's funny that you say that. I said that the news has taken a page out of the pro wrestling handbook because wrestling was mostly geared to make you emotional and kind of steer you a certain way. And now the news, you never come away from the news feeling informed. You come away from the news feeling emotional and irritated and aggravated and angry and depressed. And that's not how you're supposed to feel. If you're informed, you feel empowered. You're not supposed to feel agitated and emotional. So yeah, that's a definitely, yeah.
It's crazy on those things. Like, it's so funny to me because like so many people talk about something that's fake and stuff. I'm like, do you watch Marvel? Do you watch DC? Okay, you get an emotional aspect of that. So what's the difference between that and this? This is actually more step by step and not a take two standpoint. This is literally, you're getting what you got in it and that's it. And like it does a lot of different things. So we'll go into the beginning. So you got into fitness. Is that something that you've always been strived on? Have you always been like a athlete in school and stuff like that? So like, how did you get into the fitness moniker?
No, I was born sick, actually. I was born with a pneumonia and I never had full use of my lungs. So I was on inhalers. I was that kid in school that couldn't take gym class, but I wanted to. So later in life, to try and get away from all the inhalers and everything, I started trying to do more and more. And I joined the gym to get away from partying. So I needed something to do at night. So 9 o'clock at night, go to the gym from 9 to 11. So I went through my teen phase of 19, 20, 21 party. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, it's time to do something else with my time. So between that, I remember getting on the Stairmaster because that's what they had back then, Stairmaster, and I couldn't even last 3 minutes on there. I was like, so yeah. So no, I got into fitness to kind of try and get healthier and offset health issues, and also I wanted to look better too. So it was a few different things, something to do, with my time, my nights.
And I'm sure it helped your sickness a little bit too. It helped your health overall.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I just came off of I had COVID last month, and then RSV right behind it, and then I went. Yeah, fun times. It wasn't that bad. I had it. It was like a bad cold. I didn't get the vaccine, so I think that I got over it really, really fast. I don't know. It wasn't that bad this time. It was just irritating to constantly feel run down for a while.
Yeah.
But what happened after that was I had a trip in Utah where we were at like 7,000 feet elevation, and everybody was having a hard time breathing except for me. So we're hiking. We went out to Zion National Park, and we went to Donut Falls. We were all over Utah, and I think the dryness and the elevation and all of that, I was surprised that I was able to keep up. I was keeping up better than everybody else, and I was like, oh my gosh, all the working out I've done my whole life. They're like, why are you not having a problem? Like, I don't know. Especially just coming off of COVID. I don't know. And being on inhalers my whole life. But I think it was just it made me feel a little bit validated that doing all the cardio and doing everything
It paid off.
has actually done something to, like, maybe I could outrun those zombies. Damn it, I don't know, but I felt pretty good about that.
Imagine if that would have been a moniker. That New Year's resolution, everybody wants to be that new me type scenario. Everybody be in the gym. I gotta fight these zombies.
Yeah, I know, right? Get in there like the zombies are running after you.
I love it. So obviously, you getting into fitness was to kind of like help you not drink, help you not be, that part of your standpoint. So.
Yeah.
How did it get to be more to actually getting into fitness modeling and stuff like that?
That's a good question. It just kind of, I was in some high profile gyms. I think people saw me. I was doing some modeling work. I was getting rejected a lot because they said my body, I was too hard bodied. And at that point, they only wanted blondes. Everybody liked blondes. They only wanted like soft body, like kind of barely legal looking girls that were real super feminine. And I was getting work in this niche, but not in this one. And I had a friend who was a fitness model, and she's like, we're barking up the wrong tree. We should be, instead of trying to do stuff here, we should be over here doing fitness stuff. Like, go on the West Coast, get out there, talk to people in Muscle Mag and Ironman and, Pump Fitness and start doing that stuff. So that's basically how the avenue took me. Instead of trying to do all this mainstream stuff, I went over here and started doing the Muscle Mag swimsuit issue. And then that led to me, I started competing, and I got represented by Extreme Nutrition and Europa and Metrics. And then Playboy did a special issue called Hard Bodies, and I was in that as well. And that's how I ended up getting invested.
How nerve-wracking was that?
Extremely. Extremely. Because I was like, I always wanted to be in Playboy.
Oh, you're going to be in Playboy. So it's like...
Yes. Yeah.
That's insane. So you went into that moniker. How shocking was that? Not necessarily just the Playboy thing, but going to that branch, because obviously they said, hey, you don't fit this category, come over here. So how out of place did you feel at that time on that type of scenario?
Oh, not at all. I felt like I finally found my people, and I started doing a lot of yeah. I started doing a lot of comic books too. I started working with a lot of comic book artists. So I worked with Boris Vallejo and Julie Bell, and just a lot of I started doing all of that, and it just led to a whole different career and a really kind of a fun one. I think that's sort of how I ended up here. It's kind of how it led to like the Kill City Cup, because they mixed like all my careers in one. It was like comic books and gaming and wrestling all in one, and that little film that
just rolled in a big ball and I said, here you go.
Yep.
I like that. So when you get into the fitness model and stuff like that, and you said you felt like you were at home, you felt like you were at peace and stuff, like, how long did you do that before you got that recognition for Playboy and then all these other different opportunities?
Let me think. Playboy was 1999, I believe. So I was doing fitness for a little while before that happened. And then I continued to compete after that. And I was still doing competitions and things later on too, even after getting into wrestling.
Okay. So obviously I did maybe, I say I did one, but I did the board shorts one. Just tried that out.
Oh, you did physique?
Yeah. So I did that one when I first got out of high school.
I did physique as well.
I got out of high school and I was like, all right, I'll do this. And I'm thinking, oh, it's bodybuilding competition, so you got to be your absolute best. I literally went 8 months chicken and rice, literally put on as much weight as I could, train myself repetitively. And this to tell you how early on it was, because literally I just got out of high school and I knew, okay, this could be a set diet I could do. Easy, chicken and rice, just put that in the oven, cook the rice, and I can just consecutively do it. Needless to say, I still can't eat chicken and rice the same to this day.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
It was absolutely terrible. I looked forward to actually when I could use hot sauce or something. I'm just like, I'll never do this again. And then the worst part is when I won the competition, I found out the guy that made second place, he's never even been in the gym. It's just because he's skinny. I was like, I won't do this again.
No, I know. I don't like competing either. It's just like I mean, I like the camaraderie of it, and I like pushing myself. But yeah, I understand. So I lived
depleted
on
myself so bad. I was just drinking water. I mean, I was drinking almost 2 gallons of water, and I'm like literally at 20 years old doing all this, and I'm just like, I'm ready. And I was excited to see what other stuff that people did that was competing in it, what they done, so I can learn, hey, maybe if I continue this on, I can learn something else from it. But when I found out the dude from second place was just the person's cousin or whatever, I was like, I would never do this again.
I know.
Never do this again.
So yeah, I can't eat turkey burgers at all anymore. Same thing.
Oh my gosh.
I can't eat tilapia. No whitefish. I can't do tilapia at all.
No.
Same thing.
People look at me crazy when I say I don't eat seafood because I'm like, I tried. Tilapia was the only fish I really could have done really like consecutively, and I was like, I'll never do it again. I
lived on it. Every 2.5 hours was tilapia, chicken with barbecues. I can't do it. So yeah, I almost couldn't eat eggs anymore after that. Yep. And then luckily that they didn't ruin that.
Oatmeal,
for me, but
I couldn't eat for a year. I couldn't eat oatmeal. I couldn't touch anything with oats for a year. It was that bad. Yeah. I was just like, that smell or anything that just brought me back to that memory. I was like, I will never do this.
You know what? The next time I competed, because I actually made it to nationals after that because I qualified. I competed after that on steak, ham, and pork chops.
Which is crazy. A lot of people tell you not to do the steak for a good portion of it.
I know. And I know I didn't look as good as the first time around, and I didn't get into but I that also was because I didn't do the cardio. But I swear to God, I got super lean on steak, ham, and pork chops. So.
Yeah, and then they swear up and down saying that's the worst one to do. And I see so many people get at least way more leaner than what they do with chicken.
Yep.
So I think
it depends on who you are. It depends on your blood type too. Like,
and I think it's dependent on like how active you are being too. Because when I was eating the chicken, I'm like, I looked phenomenal, but it was like I was depressed. I was just like, when this competition's up, this burger is calling my name.
I ate burgers too sometimes, lean ones.
I heard that one too, and that even made me more mad. I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah,
I ate broccoli at the time, and I was like, I would rather broccoli over chicken and rice because I cannot eat it just by itself anymore at all, still to this day. And I was just like, that was misery, and literally, like, all I could still remember, this guy was skinny. He had a 6-pack, but literally, he's never even touched the gym. And I was just like, really? This one person literally looked better than both of us, and he didn't win, and you just got in second place with a skinny abs? Never again. This ain't worth it. $200. You just paid my registration.
Yeah.
But so now that you did the fitness model and stuff like that, and like you said, you competed. So how long did you get before you got your pro card?
I didn't. I never became a pro.
Okay.
I just could not do it. No, I remember talking to one of the pros at my gym, Erin. I can't remember her name. I should know her name. But she told me her secret was to make sugar-free Jell-O, like cherry.
Yep.
With sugar-free Coke or Pepsi.
Yep.
So, and that was what she would say. That would keep her sane.
See, which is crazy because they tell you, because one of the people, they would have like a Dr. Pepper with them.
That's what it was.
And it was like,
Pepper. Yeah.
And it was like, I thought that's bad. And
it is bad. I ended up eating so much sugar-free stuff, but it was so chemically laden that it was just like, this cannot be good for me. Yeah, it's sugar-free. Yeah, I'm super lean, but I'm still probably going to this is so bad. So yeah, no.
I was miserable. Like, I wasn't miserable, but I was feeling depleted. Like, if I was drinking, because I don't really drink soda. At that time, I wasn't even drinking soda. And then someone's like, hey, drink a Diet Coke, because they didn't have the sugar-free drinks yet, the sugar-free sodas. They're like, drink a Diet Coke. it was kind of relief at times, but it kind of felt like I was like weighted down, if that makes sense. Like you felt more full, obviously not from eating so much. You felt full from that diet soda or something like that. I'm just like, I don't like this feeling. I don't like it. And it's just like those little things, and that kind of just got to the point I was like, all right, I'll lift and stuff, whatever, but I got to find something else to do with that. Bodybuilding is not my cup of tea. So
no, it's hard. I remember one of the other wrestlers, Santino Marella, he's like, get the rice cakes. This is early in the diet, not too far. He said, get the caramel or the chocolate rice cakes and put Cool Whip on them.
Cool Whip? Okay.
Yeah, it's not dairy. And I'm like, well, I ate so
I've heard
much
yogurt.
of that.
I've heard the yogurt ordeal. Put the Greek yogurt on top. And I'm like, caramel, rice cakes, and yogurt don't go together.
The caramel rice cakes or with the
they're amazing. Just by yourself.
Yeah, it's
just by themselves, I'm happy with that. And the apple flavor ones. The apple flavor
one is amazing. It's like eating Apple Jacks.
Yep. Those are my favorite ones. And I don't really like a lot of apple flavor stuff, but the rice cakes, I could eat a whole package of that. But so you went in from fitness thing and you got an outlet to get on Playboy. That's got to be a big achievement, because I mean, as many women that have been on it, I mean, all of them have basically been on mainstream, and they've been on a magazine or something like that to get on Playboy and stuff like that. So how was that transition going into that? Because obviously that's nerve-wracking, but you're also going like, man, half the world is about to see me.
Well, I was already a model at that point, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I just hoped everything looked all right.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my big thing. I'm like, well, I hope this is going to turn out good.
Imagine if social media was happening around that era. Like, oh, I like how she looks. And then you got the ones that just got to have those little comments. And it's just like, oh, man. It's a good thing social media wasn't out back then at the times, because I can only imagine, like, those ones that just have that negative comment just to have one. And it's just like, and it really would deteriorate somebody, like literally destroy someone. So it's crazy to see how that world builds up on it. So you went from Playboy, you got into the most craziest sport I could ever say in my life. I've done plenty of sports, and this one is still by far the craziest thing. I don't care if it's predetermined or not. It is the most outlandish thing you will ever be able to do in your life. You got into the world of pro wrestling. How did you manage that?
Oh, well, I was recruited from Playboy by WCW. And then when they weren't doing anything with me, Terry Taylor called Jim Ross and set up a meeting with WWE the day after WrestleMania. I went over and met the writers, and then they sent me to Killer Kowalski's to get trained. Okay,
so WWE actually wanted to have interest in you, but they wanted you to get trained and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, so how was that transition? Going to a wrestling school after being on the public eye, going from big.
It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
I mean, think of it this way: if anybody really thinks of a faction that made WCW, NWO is definitely the moniker that really made anybody watch WCW at that time. So for you to get to go to there, and now you're basically going back, kind of like in a custodian type scenario, because you go from the big time early to now, all right, now we're about to take you back to the reset button. So tell me a little bit onto that. You go into Killer Kowalski, you go into the training school, you think you know some things, and then you realize, wow, I didn't know any of that.
Pretty much. That's accurate right there. It was like I said, it was the hardest thing I ever did. I had to uproot everything from the West Coast and move to the East Coast. Even just little things. Like I was moving from the newest city in the country, which is Las Vegas, to the oldest city in the country, which is Boston. And my apartment,
it's an awkward transition.
Brutally expensive. I remember at that point, internet was so weird that if somebody needed to get into the front door of this apartment building, because the city, it had like The shops were at the bottom, the apartments were over top. So I was on a 6th-floor apartment with an elevator. I say elevator because most of the time the elevator didn't work, so I just walk up. That was like $2,300 a month at that time.
Holy cow!
Yes, at that time it was shockingly expensive. So I was working my ass off, and I was running multiple websites. And while I was at Kowalski's, so my apartment was right by the Green Line. While I was at so I could jump on the train, I was also going to New England School of Photography. So
Okay.
I was doing it a lot. But I remember I was having a hard time because these are ancient, old houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
That were converted. And there was like one outlet in every room. That's
What?
it. So you have this overloaded outlet with all your stuff, your TV and radio and your computer and your speakers and the thing. It's just like,
You got 2 options.
yeah, that's all they got. The electric wiring was so bad in these places, and
I can only imagine the electric bill.
it was shock in every possible way. That's even before I got to the wrestling school. I'm just like, what did I choose? Oh my God, I can't even work without it. Just a hassle here. So yeah, so
going to Killer Kowalski's wrestling school and you getting moved from Vegas to Boston, which is crazy. You would think it's the opposite. It would be more expensive to live in Vegas than in Boston.
Nope.
I've heard it's still kind of pricey out there. I was shocked. I got a friend. He lives out in Boston. He was telling me the prices of an apartment. I was looking. I was like,
it's ridiculous.
dang, you should have just moved to Florida. You could have saved this friend compared to that.
No, Florida's not affordable anymore either. We are
not anymore. No,
we're in the New York, LA prices.
Crazy now. It's crazy. You can probably buy a house cheaper than a freaking apartment now. I thought it was the opposite. It used to be the opposite. I don't know now.
Well, if you can find a house, 1 in 4 houses are owned by corporations now, traded on the stock market.
The whole thing as a whole right now is insane. Luckily, I had to wrestling school and like that. And like you just said, you didn't understand. You thought you knew so much from being on the big times, getting on the shows and stuff like that, to getting to a wrestling school like that. So, what was the hardest thing for you?
Probably just the training. It was so unnatural. It was just very, very difficult it was very painful, so, I mean, it was very painful. So it's like going through a major CrossFit workout and then leaving and getting T-boned in your car. So like, you're hurting. You're hurting internally, you're hurting externally. You've got bruises everywhere. Tendons and ligaments are pulled. You might have something fractured. Every muscle is pulled and sore. And it's just, you can't take enough Epsom salt baths with ice wrapped around you. It's just unbelievable for like a year. That first year is just brutal. And then mentally you're beat down too. It's just like, I suck at this. I suck so bad at this. Just something simple like a steamboat arm drag. I cannot get the funny. Yeah, so it's like you just mentally, it's like this is hard. So
did you
that's
feel
before
like
you even start learning the politics.
Able to keep up? Or did you feel like you were the only one that was like not picking it up fast enough?
Oh no, there's a lot of us that weren't able to keep up. It was difficult.
I heard Killer Kowalski was pretty intense on training.
Yeah, it was.
I can only imagine.
It's funny if you can get through wrestling training. I would say wrestling training, but if you can get through wrestling training at certain schools, which like Stu Hart's Dungeon, Killer Kowalski's, certain places, you can get through anything. I mean, anything that anybody throws at you, you can handle anything after.
Have you always aspired to be a professional wrestler? Do you think you have what it takes to step through these ropes and take your place among the immortals? Well, now you have an opportunity. Join us at the DCCW training facility at Harvest Ministries in McClenny, Florida. There you will be put to the test and challenged like you have never been challenged before. If you think you have what it takes, prove it to the world, but most importantly, prove it to yourself.
Guys, I want to get the go home cue. First and foremost, I'd like to thank April Hunter for coming on today. Like I said, guys, we had to cut it a little short. She had some other events that she had to attend to. We will try to get a part 2 soon. But guys, I want to thank everybody for listening today. First and foremost, I know I forgot opening the episode. I want to thank our sponsor. Obviously, you know, that does our merch and everything I'm talking about. Bonfire, man. Go to finished character of myself, and then of course, the coolest thing I thought was on this is the American flag on the back that says Prodigy Nation. You can get this in so many different colors. You could get it in so many different formats if that helps everybody. You can go and get you a hoodie, tank top. I think we do have tank tops. We have them in kids' clothing as well, guys. I definitely wanted to make sure we had those for sure for the kids. We also got that every setback makes one heck of a comeback. If you have had some tough challenges through your life and you want to show that you have conquered those all together, these merch line is the way to go. We have hoodies, long sleeves, tank tops. Ladies, we have the muscle sleeves for you. We have the Razorbacks as well. And of course, we have those for the kids. I think we have, okay, we only have one color for the kids for the every setback makes one heck of a comeback line. And of course, we got the new season 5 logo on the merch. As you can tell, we are morphing into season 5. See so many different colors. We kind of got a little bit more above what we're usual to, you know, the color scheme. I wanted to get a lot more different colors this go around. And of course, we got the original buzzing caps, the most popular ones off the line. These hats sell insane. I'm telling you, man, I get so much merch money. It's hat money more than anything. We've got, and then of course, like I said, we've got our basic, you know, the beginning logo, buzzing with Marlowe logo. We've been getting some requests, and I've been talking to Dre and Brian B about personally getting Commission Talk merch. We're gonna work on that. We're definitely gonna talk about something. We're just gonna see what logo we want to stick with. And if I do commission merch, we are also going to do the old logo to start it off, because we will not forget about where we started and what began it. So we're definitely going to look into that as well. But guys, that's going to do about the show, man. I want to thank everybody for watching. Like I've been seeing, if anybody hasn't seen my social media, I will be live in my character, American Prodigy, red, white, and blue. You see me ready to, oh, dang, that bicep look a little good. I'm ready to roll, because it is time to get in the fight. It's time for the battle with me and Cole Bohannon 2 this Saturday night. Tomorrow night at the Baker County Fairgrounds in McClenny, Florida. We are going to be there live for the DCCW audience for Beatdowns and Blessings. That's right, guys. Here is the flyer once again. You see the card. We have got a great lineup. We've got so much talent that ain't even on the flyer that will be there. There's going to be a lot of different options. You will have options to buy merch for your favorite superstar. You will have options. The best thing I love about this is they bring a ministry to wrestling. And when I got into wrestling, the hardest thing is, you know, to be a Christian and to be a wrestler. So it's so good to actually see that those two can be a whole together. That's something I really can say. This one stands out on a lot of promotions just because they do bring ministry first, then wrestling the next. So guys, it's great, family friendly. Kids love it. I've not seen kids not be excited about any of the DCCW promotions that they've been doing. The last past shows that they have done, they do these every year. Beatdowns and Blessings. They have their set shows. That's what I love about it. It's easy to keep and stuff like that. So I want to thank DCCW for giving me my dream again, for giving me not only a guaranteed area to work, more importantly, for me to actually be myself, my character, and just do what I love to do, and that's entertain the audience. With the USA chance, you know, everybody asks me, what's up with the AP thing. I think this character is needed now more than ever. Special for the kids, man. It's, these kids get so much false things sent to them, and the resources and stuff like that. So I want something that could really be a positive role model for the kids. And I think American Prodigy is that, because symbolizing, winning it by fair, always fighting, don't ever giving up out of the fight. Stuff is tough, but you keep fighting on, and eventually you prevail. I tell those stories in my matches each and every time I'm in that ring, and it's awesome to actually get to do it, because, guys, like 4 years ago, I was told never again would I be able to do this, and now we've already celebrated a year back in the pro wrestling moniker, and it's only from here, man. I'm super excited. The show is going to be fun. If you're in Baker County Fairgrounds, man, let me know how you've heard of the show. I'm gonna personally take some pictures with all the kids. That's one thing with me. I know a lot of people request that I need merch and stuff like that, but man, I'm just there to entertain and do my part, to help people escape the world for that hour or two, and just really be there for the kids. I love it. I love it more than anything. But yes, we got that. This tomorrow night. We had commission talks last Wednesday. If you didn't see it, watch it. It was an awesome show. Shout out to Brian B. That killed it, man. He did a phenomenal job. I want to thank him for, him and Brian for all the hard work that we all do to put in the commission, even Blackheart, because Blackheart started out with me. But it's just amazing to see the growth of everything that we have had. But guys, this is the episode of Buzzing with Marlowe, episode 147. That's right, guys. We are on the cusp of Christmas. It is literally in 17 days. Oh my goodness. So guys, go to the bonfire shop, go to the W, put in our promo code, go to Ultimate Max, put the promo code in, go to Tactical Brotherhood, put in Buzzing Marlowe, get the promo code in, get you some good Christmas goodies for this holiday. I'm not going to lie to you. They're awesome. Guys, if you haven't, go follow us on all our social medias. Go on there and follow and subscribe to all our audio platforms. We are going to be there'll be a new episode. There'll be an episode every week. I promise everyone this. There'll be an episode every week. One episode a week. If it's just commission talks, it will be an episode on my platform a week. I want to thank everybody for the consistent love, the prayers, everyone following with me, keeping up with me, giving me motivations and stuff like that. Like I said, this was a real tough time for me, this month and a half. So I really just got to thank my family, my friends, just the ones that my circle I really appreciate more than anything. And of course, I appreciate all y'all, because I couldn't do this without y'all. So guys, I want to thank everybody for listening, watching, and of course, if you are new to the channel, which I think some of you are, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all our platforms, YouTube, all of that right there. And all of our audio platforms, guys. We are on Spotify and on all Apple platforms. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. See everyone tomorrow night in Baker County Fairgrounds. Everyone, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever way you want to call it, because it is on its way. We're going to have some watch-alongs coming up. I've been waiting so anxiously to watch a certain movie, because it's like a Christmas themed movie, and everybody keeps talking about how good it was. So I'm going to probably do a watch along for it's either Violent Night. Yeah, it's Violent Night. So I'm thinking we're going to do a watch along for that. I'm also going to do a reaction video from watching Iron Claw. when I do watch it, I want to do a reaction video on that, and maybe we can have someone do a watch along when that definitely comes out on a DVD or stream it, whatever. I want to definitely do something like that. I want to do some watch alongs regarding with heels, stuff like that. But guys, I want to thank our guest, April Hunter, once again for coming on today, talking about fitness, talking about a little bit about the wrestling, talking about just reality itself. Make sure y'all follow all her links below. Make sure y'all go on her socials. Make sure you do all the support you can for her as well. She is known. She has been around in these trenches when it comes to, promoting herself, getting herself built up, and doing these things that make her life seem a little bit easier. Like she said, like the moniker says, she will do anything to make sure she doesn't have to have the basic 9-to-5 job. So shout out to April for the success that she has done, being an NWO girl, getting that high plateau, and then having to go back into the lower. Basically in the reset button. It's just a whole different change. So hopefully we can get a part 2 in the near future with April, and maybe even more people. And of course, guys, make sure y'all go check out that new film, The Kill Switch. It's really entertaining. I will definitely say maybe we'll do like a watch along regarding with that film or something like that. But guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank y'all. Have a great weekend. I hope to see all of you at the Baker County Fairgrounds tomorrow night if you're in the Florida area, because it's going to be a fun one. Guys, this is another episode of Buzzing with Marlowe, and I will see you down the road. Later. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.